News OK's Press Row with the Oklahoman's Barry Tramel and Jenni Carlson is powered by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.
I'm Barry Tramel, and I've got a question. If a basketball game is played on the hardwoods and there's no one there to watch it, is it still Bedlam?
We're going to find out on Saturday. From the OU-OSU studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching the Press Row. I'm Jenni Carlson. Press Row is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. Barry, you asked a great question. This Bedlam game on Saturday, not going to be a lot of excitement around this game. Two teams that are really not headed anywhere. You had a big loss by OU midweek. OSU picked up a nice senior night victory, but NCAA tournament's out of question for them. What is the drama in this game?
Well, there's a couple of things, and people are not going to want to hear the first one because they're tired of it. They think it's absurd. It is absurd, but that doesn't make it untrue. OSU is not out of the NCAA tournament running. Cowboys are 6-9 in the Big 12, which makes them awful. But Jerry Palm, who knows way more about this NCAA bracketology than you or me, he has OSU right now one of his last 4 teams out, which means Cowboys are on the bubble. So if OSU wins Saturday against Oklahoma, if they can win a game in Kansas City in the Big 12 tournament, they're going to be in the discussion, like it or not. It's crazy, but that's the way it is with the new 68-team field. Of course, the Cowboys haven't managed to win a Big 12 road game all season, so I don't know why we're even planning for an OSU victory. What I'm interested in is can the Sooners show up after their awful performance at Lubbock on Wednesday night? It might be the worst basketball game I've ever seen an Oklahoma team play. They're playing a terrible opponent in front of a crowd literally in the hundreds. There weren't 1,000 people at United Spirit Arena. Just an awful environment, which means it's a scrimmage. You're playing a bad team. You should be able to hang in there, and they get blown out by Texas Tech. So this Oklahoma team is awful. OSU is very inconsistent, doesn't play well on the road. I don't know who's going to win.
Well, most Bedlam games, Barry, when I think about who's going to win a Bedlam game, unless one team is so much better than the other, I'll go with the home team in the matchup. But the way OU lost at Tech midweek, I have to go with OSU in this game. They are the road team. They haven't won on the road, but they didn't go to Tech and get blown out by double digits and not even be in that game. Now, I know that was earlier in the season, but to go to such a terrible road opponent and to not really be in the game, to me that says that Oklahoma is really not in a good spot right now. I know it'll be senior day. I know there'll be a lot of emotion with not only with Bedlam but with that. But man, Barry, if you can't go to Lubbock and put up a better fight than that, I got to pick OSU in this Bedlam game.
Well, Jeff Capel said it was embarrassing, and I have to agree. But that said, I'm going to pick Oklahoma to win this game because OSU has played so poorly on the road. They've just had no success in Big 12 road games, so I'll go with the Sooners, not because I like the Sooners at all. I think they're a horrible team. I think this is a disastrous season on a lot of fronts. But I just don't like the way OSU has gone. And I'm interested in what you said, a lot of emotion on Senior Day. I can't see any emotion coming on Senior Day. Who's going to get emotional? There's nobody in the crowd has any emotion. The apathy about OU basketball right now, it's not at an all-time low because that gives all-time a bad name. I mean, people they've written off this program, and it's a very serious situation for Joe Castiglione. So what we're really seeing in Bedlam on Saturday is, is this game going to give people pause to make decisions? Will the NCAA basketball committee have to think long and hard about OSU? Will Joe Castiglione have to think long and hard about Jeff Capel?
Well, the interesting question to me is Oklahoma State going to somehow manage to get into the NCAA tournament? We knew that this 68-team field would change some things with the NCAA tournament, but I never in my wildest dreams thought that a 7-9 team out of the Big 12, which is what I mean, Oklahoma State would have to probably get to even be in the conversation, because lose to Oklahoma and there's no way. But still, 4 extra teams, you really don't think about who that might bring in. But now we're starting to get an idea. I think a lot of talk was done to say, hey, this is going to be an expansion to try to get in more of those mid-majors, maybe those bubble teams from a conference that has maybe only had one automatic bid in the past. What we're finding out is that it's more of the major conference teams that are just so-so. And Barry, again, we've talked about this before. If this tournament would have expanded to the 90-plus teams that they were talking about, egad, because right now Oklahoma State would be in, and we'd probably be talking about some other pretty bad teams getting in. We'll see if Oklahoma State can win Saturday and actually have a shot. And stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.
News OK's Press Row with the Oklahoman's Barry Tramel and Jenni Carlson is powered by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.